So we're going to start here soon. And so I'll start it, and I'll do some scores, and I'll do a commercial, and then I'll tell you to come up.
Yeah, my younger brother should be here soon.
Cool. Yeah. All right. I mean, if you have to sit with you in your lap, that's fine too. And when you come up here, you sit on this side, and you just put the mic under your, run it up.
I'll be to your right.
Correct. Yep. You'll be here. The 2018 Junior Olympics are complete. Session 2 is in the books. We've crowned champions. We've got one final Counterattack Live coming up next. Hey everyone, Greg Meskel here. Thanks for joining us on the Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation. We are fresh off the pool deck here at Avery, where champions were crowned in a variety of divisions. We're going to talk with some of those champs soon from the 18 and under winners at SoCal. Also, one of the all-time greats in women's water polo, Brenda Villa, will join us, so that's coming up here shortly. First, we have to look at scores, tell you who won. You need to know who won the Junior Olympics here in 2018. Don't forget, all these scores and all the results are at usawaterpolo.org. in the Junior Olympics section, but we look first at our champions here in the championship division as we go to our counterattack scoreboard. And we start off first here with the 10 and under championship. It was a shutout. Shore Aquatics defeating Vanguard 5-0. And we move on from there. In more 10U action, that was girls. This is co-ed. Another shutout. Vanguard, they went over Trojan 6-0. So shutouts starting the early portion of the results. 12U girls competition, the final score here. As we bring it up, Laguna Beach holding off a rally from Commerce. That went shootout. Laguna Beach winning that one in the 12 and under championship. 14 and under championship here. Pacific Coast Riptide, they defeat Laguna Beach 9-4. Riptide with a big win there. 16 and under championship division. This was another close call as Set holding off a rally from Santa Barbara 805. And then last but not least, the game that just finished not long ago. SoCal Black defeating 680 8-5. SoCal winners of the 18 and under championship. We're going to talk with some of their athletes shortly. So much more to come here on the Counterattack. We are just getting underway as we close out all the fun at the 2018 Junior Olympics. We are back after this after a short break.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
Counterattack Live back here at JO's, fresh off the pool deck with their championship shirts, their medals. We got Bella and Sarah from SoCal Water Polo. Congratulations, champions here at the JO's. Tell me about that final game. We'll start first with you, Bella. What's going through your mind as you build a lead and then try and hold off that talented team on the other side, 680?
It's so surreal. I mean, 680 is such a great team, and you know, water polo, there's always lots of comebacks, so you never know what's in store for you. So we're just thankful that we could fight them off for a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
And Sarah, talking about this entire tournament, for those that haven't been a part of it, what is the journey like to go through 4 days of grueling water polo? I imagine you're both exhausted.
Yeah, it's a lot, and you don't really expect so many games and so much, and every team always gives you a fight, and coming to the last few days is when you really have to give it your all, and especially out today. So.
And I want to ask you too about that final game and the final moment. The horn sounds, you know you're champs, you jump in the water. Sarah, take us through that moment. What does that feel like when you're in the pool and everyone's celebrating?
Yeah, it's amazing, and to have your family in the stands, your teammates. Sorry, my eyes from the chlorine are a little bad.
It's okay. It's been a thing all week.
Yeah, your teammates are there with you, your coaches, and you've worked so hard all year to share that experience with each other, and especially as 18s, a lot of us are in college and going off to college, and so it's a great experience to be able to end on a win with your teammates that you've been working so hard with.
Bella, pass the mic back to you here, and I want to just ask about this team, because there's two of you up here, but this is a much larger group. Mm-hmm. What makes this group such fun to be a part of? What makes the team so successful as a unit?
Well, first of all, just 6 of us have played together for 6 years.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we've been aging up together, and we've just always have a grind at practice. It's always a competition. It's always working hard. So we've just been through it all together, and that's what really just got us through the last moments of the game.
And Sarah touched on it, but the idea of things coming to a close, right? Not to get too sentimental here, you're just out of the water.
Yeah.
It's the tears from the chlorine, not any other sadness. But
right.
this is 18 under for many teams. It's often the end of an era. Was that a thought going in? How did you kind of process that whole feeling?
Well, yeah, we kind of talked about it before the game, but we tried to put that off so
Sure.
we wouldn't get distracted. But, you know, as the last seconds wound down, we were just like, oh my God, we're all going our separate ways. Like, this is the last time we're going to pass with each other. It's the last time we're going to play as a team, and just we kind of tried to just put that aside, and you know, now it's sinking in, but thankfully it didn't get to us during the game.
Yeah.
And for either one of you, that idea, and I know that you're trying to put it out of your mind, so maybe you're not getting emotional and thinking about it, but how much did just that kind of motivate you? It is your last run. You want to do it right. Where was the motivation coming from to do well in this final tournament?
Well, you know, nobody likes to lose, so that really drove us. So, you know, we wanted to do it for each other. We wanted to do it for our coaches, and that just really drove us to win, you know. We don't want to lose our last game of club water polo, and that just really was what was the deep feeling for the most of us.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There was an incredible feeling of like our last cheer together as a team, and it was going into the fourth quarter of this is all or nothing right now. And yeah, we had a lead, but there's 8 minutes of water polo to go, and there's so much that can happen, and especially with great teams, just it's anyone's game anytime. And so to have that last cheer together and that last when the buzzer comes off, you can embrace and just get so excited because you finally did it, and it's everything that you've been working for, and now you can end on a high, which is so special.
And last thing I want to ask you about, as I look out and we see behind the camera, there's a bunch of parents and teammates and supporters and everything. You guys do the work in the water, but there's a large community behind any club that I think is successful. Just describe what all the folks maybe that don't get the credit or aren't seen in the pool, what they kind of mean to the success of you and the team.
I mean, I wouldn't be here without my parents. I mean, from driving me to practice to just letting me be able to go and spend all this time in the water and out of the water and just putting up with me, me being cranky when I don't get a workout and all of that, you know. They're just the real support. I mean, whenever I need a shoulder to lean on, they're always there for me, and they're the ones that really help me be successful in the sport and help our team be successful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here without my family too. I mean, they've spent hours driving me to practice so far, and it's so special to have them come so far with, you know, all the way up to Stanford, and so much of my family came to support. My cousin from Oregon came to support. It's just, it shows how much support is with, you know, your families and your friends, and to see just the whole stands packed with other parents and teams, and it's just water polo here is just such a community, and to have, you know, the stands full of people cheering on, and in the end, everyone's just there to play water polo and have a good time together.
Excellent stuff, Sarah Bell at SoCal Water Polo, 18 and under champs. Congratulations.
Thanks
for stopping by.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick time out. When we return, Brenda Villa will join us. There is more Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And we welcome you back, Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation. Our final episode, knocked out 16 of these over 8 days of competition, and we close out fittingly with one of the all-time greats, Brenda Villa, stopping by to join us here. Brenda, I think of you and I think of these tournaments because there's such pressure to do well, and you have experience playing in high-level tournaments, watching these kids going for medals. Does that take you back at all to your days in the pool?
Oh, it does. JO's was definitely a highlight of my career growing up. I remember back then you were able to play in 3 championships because the tournament was a lot smaller.
Sure.
Now that's incredibly hard to do because water polo has grown so much since the days that I was doing 15 under, but this is great training for future college players, international players. There's pressure, there's a great atmosphere, especially here at Avery, so this is a perfect venue for that.
We talk about championship finals, and of course you've played in the biggest, Worlds, Olympic Games, JOs. I think they all have kind of the similar emotions. Maybe you're in different parts of your life, right? But think back on those championship moments and what some of these women were kind of dealing with here tonight. How'd you handle being in those pressure-packed situations and your team coming through at the end?
You know, this is great training because you play every day and there's highs and lows every single day. So it's great mental training for all of these champion athletes that will move on in their water polo careers. I can't remember now that feeling of, you know, losing a game, having to play a crossover, and then the next morning at 7 a.m. you're in a semi, and
yeah.
I miss those days. I miss those butterflies and that excitement. So I envy all those girls that are still in that were in that these last 4 days.
Avery, a place that is one of your second homes, you know it well, having played here with the Stanford Cardinal. We saw a big game just finish here. You played in some. Describe for those that haven't gotten the chance, what is it like to play in Avery when there's a big game going on?
Oh my goodness, it's hard for water polo to have a great venue that has seating everywhere, like a stadium seating.
Sure.
So anytime you play here, you get the crowd on both ends, everyone's cheering, the crowd is above you. So it's an incredible venue to play in. So I'm excited for all those girls and all the athletes that were able to play here because they had how many pools going at one time? I think 8 courses,
yeah,
and
a ton of
it's such a great venue. So kudos to them for putting it on.
You also have had the experience, really, you've covered all of JO's except maybe you have refed a game, right? You've played, you've coached, you've been on the administrator side of things. You also coached here at the JO's as well, right? You work with a club in the area. How did you enjoy that standpoint, right? You're with a club that, and I think it's fair to say, right, doesn't come into the tournament with gold medal expectations at the Platinum Division. So what's your focus with your team when you come to JO's?
You know, really today with my 14 under girls in Classic, my question was at the end of it, did we get better?
Yeah.
And they all answered yes. And did we have fun? Yes. So for me, it's trying to get them to love the sport, to get better, to be great teammates is my goal. On the boys' side, I think they're getting a little more competitive, and they got 5th place in silver in the Classic, and they tasted it. So I think hopefully that'll motivate them more now. But I think it's really just about having fun, being a great teammate, and just competing.
I also think of JO's and you with Commerce Water Polo. You're so identified with that team, and seems like every year I come to JO's, I see more of the Commerce vans that roll up from LA, and there are more Commerce teams and age groups, and it's just mushrooming. They are just taking over all these different age groups. You have to be impressed, proud to see the growth of that program to now where it's not just a couple of teams, it is a full force Commerce army that comes up here and takes over JO's.
Oh, I love it. There was 2 12 and under teams, maybe 2 16 under teams, and it's like we've never had that before. It was, can we fill the roster? I'm going to play 13, 15, 17s. So to see that really makes me incredibly proud, and to see them compete at all levels is amazing. To see the family support, the extended family, the alumni that keep coming back to cheer it on. It's really cool to know that a club team that started in the 70s, one of the first,
Sure.
is still going strong. So it's great to see them still competing and growing.
You often bring your daughter out to water polo events. How soon before she's captain?
Well, I think there's a few times she almost jumped in there, wanted to throw the counter ball. So I think 10 and unders and a couple, just kidding, no. I'm going to take it slow with her.
Sure.
My husband's making sure that I take it slow with her.
Yes, those would be some big shoes or a big cap to fill. Last thing I want to ask you about is, and here she comes. Hey! So it's the youngest guest we've had all week. Great to see you. Last thing I want to ask you about is just water polo growth, right? You had this great month. Admiral Water Polo, shout out. You had this great month of just water polo growth, where you're in Florida, seeing all the things happening there for Ioana. You hear at JO's, you experience it on kind of the club scene as well. Just your general level of excitement and where the sport that's meant so much to you is kind of headed in the next few years.
I saw the 18 under boys men's final,
Sure.
The 18 under girls final, and to see that level and to see the level that I saw at Junior Pan Ams, I'm excited for water polo in the Americas. As all this is going on, European Championships is going on,
Yep.
so we're on Twitter trying to get those feeds, like who's winning, and I was surprised that Spain didn't win, so I just think water polo right now is in a good place where it's getting a lot of momentum, a lot of TV time in the Americas and Europe, so I just hope that I can continue to help it and kind of witness this growth. But it's really exciting, and JO's just kind of reminds me, and I know that there's probably some teams that have athletes from other countries.
Sure.
And then I wonder about, what about an international Junior Olympics? But I think I better hold my horses.
Yeah.
But no, it's exciting, and I think we're in a good place, and it's only going to continue to elevate, especially when you think about LA 2028.
Sure. Yeah, just give everyone a couple of weeks to recoup from this, and then we can broach the World Junior Olympics. A couple of tired eyes inside here at the Avery Aquatic Center. Well, Brenda, thanks so much for stopping by. Always good to talk with you. A great advocate for the game, and I'm sure we'll see you at a pool very soon.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Brenda Villa joining us here on the Counterattack Live. We'll take a timeout and wrap things up here with our social media send-off and more. You're watching the Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. And welcome back, Counterattack Live. Final episode here, the 2018 Junior Olympics. Thanks so much for joining us. We close out this show, as we do every episode, with our social media send-off, the best of water polo on the internet. Let's take a look at a championship-heavy round of social media posts here from earlier today as we worked our way through all the championship matches, and these are perfect for social media posts. As we take a look, we jump in here early on with some 10U action. Congratulations, Shore Aquatics. They get the 10U girls title and, of course, MVP action, the big fish of the tournament MVP honors. Moving right along there, this is, of course, in the USA Water Polo Twitter account. And then on to Instagram, more champions here. All smiles from Laguna Beach as they bring another title back home to Orange County. Cruising right along, we get into the 14 and under. Riptide Water Polo, Pacific Coast Riptides. They are champions. They got the t-shirts to prove it. All smiles there on the top of the podium. Moving right along, 16 and under. This is the photos you love, the celebration pictures. Everybody into the pool. Set water polo captured so well by Catherine Hain and KLC Photos. Just pure joy. Hard to find a happier moment than when folks know they have won a championship and are about to go for a swim. And last but not least, our 18 and under championship, more celebration. Athletes in the front, it is a race for who can get in that pool first. Again, that'd be a Catherine Hain photo on Instagram. Keep those posts coming. 2018 JOs, of course, we'll be talking about the JOs for another week or two, or those that won titles, probably a few months. And then there's much more to come on the counterattack in the coming weeks with national team action and so much more. Use the hashtag counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. We'll share what you're sharing as we bring you a new show every Wednesday on Water Polo Wednesday. Well, that's going to wrap up our time here at Stanford. Thanks so much to all of our viewers, all of our guests. We had so many people come through, whether it was college coaches, club athletes, club coaches, national team athletes, Olympians, Olympic greats, you name it, we had them here on the Counterattack Live. Appreciate all your viewership. Of course, a big thanks to everyone that makes the Junior Olympics possible, right? This is just one venue of some 30-plus venues from Santa Cruz all the way up to Walnut Creek. You don't do a tournament this size, this scope, without a host of volunteers, host of dedicated water polo folks to make it happen. So a big thank you to all of them. Big thanks to everyone here at Stanford University, especially Tim Edmonds and his whole event staff that make all of us run so smooth, and all the water polo folks here on campus with the club and the college team that make it happen. The referees, these refs, they work hard, work long days, wearing the whites to make all these games go, spending long days out in the sun. We thank them for all they do. They are not getting rich off this. They're here because they love the sport of water polo. So we thank them for being here and officiating all their games, putting in the time. In many cases, there are refs that are getting better, others, veteran officials, all of them. Great to have them here. And last but not least, our production crew, our team at USA Water Polo that helped make all these videos possible. Sheree Key, doing so much shooting and editing. The Water Polo Nation crew, family operation over there. Jake and Elena, appreciate all they've done to make this possible. The production, our marketing staff, Catherine, Eon, Robert as well, everyone else that helps to make this event possible, the USA Water Polo events people, and all of our partners, all of our sponsors. They were part of our great group of guests that came through to talk with us day in and day out. I appreciate all their support and appreciate you visiting their websites and stores when applicable. That's all for the Junior Olympics. Again, 16 great shows in the books. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Hope to do it again in the near future. For now, Greg Meskel signing off, saying thanks for joining us. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, even live at JOs, make sure you look weak side.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.